in your reach. Folks, please stay seated while the train's in motion. Keep those arms and legs, and especially your heads, inside the rail car at all times. And please refrain from smoking, eating, or drinking anything but water aboard the Wiser Railroad. 728 to 808, Quartz Lake, Highball. And as we begin our journey to explore the sights and sounds of nearly 300 years of American innovation on display, I'd like to remind you Greenfield Village is divided into 7 districts. Our first is Henry's Model T. Get a ride on a genuine Ford Model T car at the loading dock. Right up this road, veer off to the right, your historic ride on a Ford Model T. And that brings us to the birthplace of Henry Ford. Coming up on your left is the Ford Farm, built right here in Dearborn, Michigan in 1861. Henry Ford was born in that white farmhouse upstairs in the room off the second window in 1863 and lived there with his parents and 5 brothers and sisters. And that brings us to our Main Street district. Here you'll find the Wright Brothers home in the Wright Cycle Shop, the birthplace of aviation. Right across the street, the Cohen Millinery Shop for a fashionable new hat, ladies. And enjoy turn-of-the-century shopping at the J.R. Jones General Store. And we're now entering our Edison at Work district, and just beyond the picket fence is Thomas Edison's Menlo Park complex, where Edison and his staff of scientists and engineers developed the very first practical incandescent light bulb. The Menlo Park complex is America's first research and development lab, responsible for such innovations as the microphone, the phonograph, and over 800 other patents. Also on your left, the mustard yellow building is the Sarah Jordan boarding house Edison staff used to live. It's the first residential structure in the U.S. to be wired up for electric light. We're now approaching the gateway to our Purchasing Parlors district. That's the Ackley Covered Bridge from 1832 in Pennsylvania. Just beyond the bridge is our next stop of the day. That's Susquehanna Station. From here you have full access to the entire Purchasing Parlors district, including the McGuffey School, the Hermitage Slave Quarters, the Noah Webster House, and the Robert Frost Home, just to name a few. Leaving us here, please stay seated until the train comes to a complete stop. The engineer will give you that blast of the whistle. Now that means the air brake is set. At that point, I'll give you the go-ahead to exit on the left side only. Please stay seated, everyone, till you hear that whistle blow. Still moving, everyone. Wait for the whistle now. Hi again, everybody, and welcome aboard the Wiser Railroad. Now, for the safety of our younger riders, we ask that the adults with them place themselves on the outside of the rails, arms and legs, and especially your heads inside the rail car at all times. And please refrain from smoking, eating, or drinking anything but water aboard the Wiser Railroad. And as we continue on now through the Porches and Parlors District, we're now passing the historic Susquehanna Plantation, built in 1835 in St. Mary's County, Maryland, where they had 700 acres under cultivation for corn, wheat, and of course tobacco. Now, all the way to your left, the stone building is the Cotswold Cottage, built in 1640 in Chedworth, England. And it was a very special Valentine's present from Henry Ford to his wife Clara in 1934 when he brought it here to Greenfield Village. At the end of the road is the Daggett Farm, a living history farm from 1754 in Andover, Connecticut. Stop in and see how Samuel Daggett, the family, lived and worked on the farm prior to the American Revolution. The locomotive at the head of our train today is the Torch Lake. It's a coal-fired steam locomotive built way back in 1873 at the Mason Works in Taunton, Massachusetts. The Torch Lake is a Mason bogie, and at 146 years old, it's the oldest regularly operated steam locomotive in the country. What you're seeing here is the blowdown, where we're blowing out any additional scalar sediment building up in the boiler. The Torch Lake weighs in at 35 tons. So now, folks, let's take a moment to sit back and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds of railroading as it was in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Restoration project, one of the largest in southeastern Michigan. Hundreds of trees have been planted and the waterways cleaned and cleared. And wildlife has returned with a herd of deer and many smaller animals as well, like rabbits, squirrels, and turtles. Birds too, like green and blue heron, egrets and Canada geese, even a big flock of wild turkeys. On the backside of our Portraits and Parlors district, this is where we hold many of our special events throughout the summer. And starting on Friday, it's the scariest special event of the year. It's Halloween at Greenfield Village. The village will be filled with ghosts and ghoulies and goblins and great scary fun for trick-or-treaters of all ages. Halloween at Greenfield Village begins Friday night, and tickets are now on sale. Up next is the Henry Ford Academy. Henry Ford Academy is a charter school here in Wayne County. Students attend for free but are chosen by lottery. This portion of the campus houses the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. 9th graders attend class at the Henry Ford Museum. Just up ahead, you'll see 3 attached rail cars. They serve as classrooms for the senior class.